Hi everyone, how's everyone doing? So today I am going to unpack and unbox this. I bought this today. It's for $8.50 Australian dollars. It's Mont Marte watercolor paint, so it's pretty cheap. So I don't know whether it's going to be good or not, just because I found that unfortunately higher prices actually do have better quality. So we have these. So if you want to check out their stuff, it's over there. And let's do it. So it basically says that it has a high quality pigment. Can you see? Rich transparent color, combinations of warm and cool colors, excellent tinting strength. So I don't know if it's good or not. I only have let's get into this. I really like the packaging first because it really looks nice. I think that's what I like about Mont Marte. Like the packaging it doesn't look cheap at all. Ooh, nice. Look at that. So we have Chinese white. So what I'm going to do, instead of putting it here, I thought it's probably better if we just going to go straight onto the paper, and we can test it out straight away. So that one. Okay, let's wet it with water and see how it goes. Press. Oh, I like that sound. Paint water. So let's see the white first. Okay, white. Let's go to yellow. I think it's the paper. Do you think it's the paper? Maybe it's the paper. I'll switch paper after this. And we'll see how it looks on different paper. So this one is, so maybe it's good to have it like that. So this next one is the yellow ochre. And this one is vemilion. And the next one is crimson. Ooh, I like the crimson. Looks nice, but it's very watery. It doesn't seem like it holds so much pigment. The pigment is kind of watery. I like the Prussian blue though. The Prussian blue looks quite solid. Okay, next one is violet. I think it's the paper. Let me just switch to a watercolor paper after this. So this one is the viridian. Looks really good. So far I actually pretty much liked it. It's not bad. I like how it comes out. Ooh, the burnt sienna though, look. It's so good. The burnt umber. Oh, I'm loving the brown. The brown looks really nice. And the black. Okay. I really love how this color is basically coming out because they're very, very vivid and also very solid. Okay, let's switch to a different kind of paper, to a watercolor paper. So I'm gonna try with their own watercolor paper. So let's see with their own. All right, let's try this again with the watercolor paper. Let's try with the white. And then lemon yellow. And then yellow ochre. So it is actually pretty watery. So I think it's really is the paint, not the paper, because it does create the same effect. So this is a very watery paint. So maybe you don't need a lot of water. You just need it to pigmentize the paper. Because if you put too much water on your brush, it will come out really watery. That will damage your paintings. So I'm trying not to have too much water on my brush. Let's see if we can have a little bit of a focus. And I think that worked a lot better. So you just have to dry your brush a little bit before you dip it into the paint. So they come out pretty thick. So this one is a burnt sienna. And I'm really liking the burnt umber. The burnt umber is really, I don't know how to say it, burnt umber. And the black is pretty nice too. They do create a good wash. Let's see if they have a good wash. Ooh, the wash, look. Okay, let's try the umber. It doesn't really follow the water that much because I think it's already watery. So I think it's better if you don't create anything fancy with the paint, because it looks like, or maybe I'm just not skilled enough. Yeah, it doesn't create too good wash. Okay, let's see the. So I pick up like just fresh paint at the tip of my brush and just trying to make a wash out of it. The Prussian blue is, I think, okay, now after a few times applying it to the paper, I think I'm not as a big fan as I was. I'm a big fan of the burnt umber though. I think they're pretty good. And I think the vermilion is not bad either. And so that's the wash. Oh, I mean like the scarlet. I think this is the vermilion. That one is the crimson. Vermilion, crimson. I was expecting more for the yellow ochre, but it's not coming out as I wanted it. But it's probably good if you just kind of mix it up with different color maybe. So maybe if you do the burnt umber with a little bit of yellow ochre. Let's see how that goes. So the color doesn't blend really well. So just, I don't know what's happening. Just because like if I use an layer, for example, it is very like it infuses the color to the water very much, if you see that. So it's like just comparison sake. So if you do that and then you just basically do that, even like with a solid half pan, it infuses the color pretty well, but it's not as much here. Oh no, it's not with this. Let's see, it doesn't spread as well, like it doesn't take up the color paint that well. But I quite like it still. I think it's still pretty good. And Koh-i-Noor, like even if it's as a solid, it is extremely pigmentized. So I still think, so if you see this color comparison, for example, with a Koh-i-Noor one, it's like, it's just very vivid. So it's not necessarily my cup of tea, Mont Marte, but maybe I'll get used to it. But that's it, guys. That's my review for Mont Marte. I think it's pretty good. I think it's very much deserve the price, $8.50. I think if you just want to use it to play around like me and not like for a commission or anything, I think it's a very good set to have, because it's definitely very bright for sure, and it does create some vivid color. But you have to remember it's very watery, so you have to not, wet your brush too much, and you have to manage the water intake on your brush, because the paint itself already have a lot of water. So this is the dry version of the paint. They look very, very nice dried. If you see it, it sustained the vividness of it. The colors are still very bright, and I think it also depends on the paper though, because that looks so much better than these. So you also have to play around with what kind of paper you use, and it will create a different effect like any other watercolor. But overall, I really do enjoy it. So that's it, you guys. Hope that was helpful. I will see you guys later. There you go, last look. Bye everyone.